All right. It's an early end of the day for me, February 6th, Tuesday, 8 a.m. And today was just one of those days. This is the worst day I've had since I've started this particular strategy since after Christmas. And 0-2 day. No green on the board. First legitimate full red day that I can think of since I started trading this way. And, you know, it could have been better. It could have been worse. I did blow up one evaluation, so I lost $29.40 on evaluation, since that will not be turning into a PA and eventually to money, at least until it renews and give it another shot. And yeah, just right out of the gate, right when I started my live stream, I got into a trade, and it was an engulfing entry, and this chart had not lost all day throughout the session. And so, there wasn't a whole lot of price action on it, but it engulfed, and I kind of looked at it like maybe a double bottom and took the entry and lost. And that's going to be the theme of today, is engulfing entries. And they didn't work out for me because my second trade was an engulfing entry as well. So I was 0-2 for today. I'm now 1-3 for the week. Definitely the worst start to a week I've had, and the worst day I've had trading the strategy. But the nice thing is that because I'm not really doing much in the way of analysis, I don't feel what I usually feel on a day like this. Like, I usually kind of beat myself up and I get mad. I'm like, why was I so dumb? What was I thinking? How could I have read it wrong? And, kind of all of those sorts of things that you do when you're analyzing the market and you're wrong and you get a loss. And today, I woke up with the attitude that I'm going to lean into my edge, which is to trust the chart when they're running hot and they don't have any losses. And really, previous to just recently, I had been skipping all engulfing entries, and today I took two of them and I lost two of them. So I think I'm going to fold that back into my rule book, no engulfing entries, unless there's like just something really particularly, like I have a really good read on the market. In today's market, I hadn't even really considered the price action yet. I just found charts. It took me, again, another day in a row where, my typical charts I look at, none of them were good except for one. And ironically, the one was the first chart I traded and got a loss. And then I really had to go digging through other size charts. And I did find three that were good. But I happened to pick the first trade that would lose on each of those charts today. So just the luck of the draw, and that's really just all it is with this strategy. Is when it's working, it's working, and when it doesn't, it doesn't. But the thing that I'm happy about what I've done here is I took a loss on PA number 2, which was the closest to a payout. I'm only trading one contract, so it's a minimal loss. And when I took that loss, I said to myself, well, I'm not going to risk another loss on it today. So I switched to PA6 and I got my second loss, and again, one contract. So I took a minimal loss, and that was on a different account. So while both accounts got hit today, it didn't do devastating damage by getting two losses on one day on the same account. So definitely a setback. Definitely, if I'm trading one contract at a time, I'm much further away from getting to my goal. But I should be able to build it back up. If the stats hold up, I should be able to build it back up. So again, evaluation 28 blown, real damage to account 22. I've got maybe about 400 in drawdown here. Account 23, I've got plenty of drawdown, 1,500 or so. And account 33 did some real damage as well here. Got about 700 drawdown left there. So then on the positive side, I do have evaluation 27, which is just above starting balance and in good shape, and 29 and 31 at starting balances. So I got plenty of evaluations still in fine shape, and so that's good. And again, the reason why I'm spreading out across all my accounts, so that even when some go bad, I've still got others in the game. And biggest thing is just, to not do devastating damage to the PA accounts, which is why I reduced the risk to one contract. A loss was going to come eventually. I hadn't taken a single loss on these PA accounts since I started trading them. This one since Christmas, and this one since a couple weeks ago. So I think I only had 2 wins on PA6, but I had like 19 or 20 wins on PA2 before I took the first loss. So let's take a look at the trades real quick and then wrap this up. All right, so I started right before this trade. I mean, it was probably around these 2 bars. This bar was either finishing or this bar was in play when I started. And I really didn't look at price action or anything. I mean, there's the argument that it's, 1 leg down, 2 legs down. So I had that on my side since that was reached. And I really, I saw the doji. I think the other thing too is if you have a doji as the bar it engulfs, maybe I gotta consider that. But this closed. I was wondering if this was going to close stronger because I would have liked that trade better. It didn't. And then this one, when this closed, this bar came down and then it was fighting back up. And so when it looked like it was going to engulf, from my memory, I thought it wasn't too far away from. I'll have to go back and look at the video because I usually don't like to take engulfing bars unless the candle's close to closing, so that it can't reverse on me. So I'll have to look at that and see if I didn't take that in consideration. Literally, this is like right at 7, so it was like I just got the stream started. I don't even know if I was on stream for over a minute by the time I took this trade. So really, I took it too fast. I think I need to let myself settle in for at least 5 minutes before I enter a trade. And it just got me. It came down, it went up. I decided to get in, and then it just immediately turned against me. And that was first loss of the day. I took that on my PA number 2, and then evaluation 22, 28, and 33. And the thinking behind that, why I did so many, was 28 was already took a hit from yesterday, and then 33 was still under starting balance, and then I was adding 22 to it since that was in good shape. I was like, okay, well, odds are I should get a win, and so that's how I was looking at that. So that was the only good chart from my normal charts that I look at, and I got a loss on that one, first loss on the chart, according to the entries that happened previously. And so then I put this chart aside, and I found, 2 other charts. Let me see here. All right, so then I still had this chart and one other chart, and ironically, there were a couple entries I didn't take before this trade that would have worked. So this was an entry here for a short that would have worked. And I think there was something on another chart as well. I think there was even a couple. The other chart that I was actually looking at still hasn't taken a loss from the time I've been on the chart. So just unlucky. If I had not taken this trade here, if I was only just looking at the other chart, it didn't have a trade on it here. So, and then it's had 3 trades since that would have worked on the other chart. So anyway, this one is PA. Oh yeah, no, that was right actually. That's right, PA2. Yeah, so PA2, Eval 22, 23, 28, and 33. So essentially I just changed the PA account. I decided to trade the same evaluations that I had already traded since I had done pretty good damage to them. I figured either try to bring them back or do what I did. The odds of getting 2 losing trades in a row in the system, I mean, it's the first time it's happened to me. So over a month of trading, like 6 weeks. And first time I've gotten back-to-back losses doing it. So the odds were against it, but it happened. And again, the same thing. I just, we had a strong leg up. And I was thinking that we can get a bounce off the EMA and make a second leg up. What I should have considered is, really this just looks like one leg, and it wasn't until here that there was a second leg. So I think I jumped the gun. Also just a bad signal. But again, this chart had no losses all throughout the session. And that's what my edge is if I get an entry and every entry on the chart has worked, then jump on it. But I do have to, like I said, remove engulfing entries. Those are where a lot of the first losses happen on a chart. That's what I'm noticing. So I've got to reevaluate that and my willingness to take those trades. There's plenty of other entries that occur that I don't have to take those. So I think I was just a little bit too eager to get into trades today, maybe, or just, I have to apply a little bit of thought analysis to what I'm doing. And today I really didn't. I just jumped. So it is what it is. 2 losses, and what else was I going to say? Yeah, it's just a bummer. It's only 8 o'clock. So, my day doing this is done early, but I'm going to go enjoy my day. Yeah, I think the most important things from today are I'm happy I spread out the risk, so I didn't do double the damage on this PA account. And the other thing that I'm glad about is I'm sticking to my rules, that I got 2 losses, and 2 losses in a row at that. And I'm stopping. I'm not going to sit here and try to get back or revenge trade. I learned a long time ago, it's not going to work out for me trying to do that. So I'm going to come back fresh another day and try to, have a better day. And I did blow up this evaluation 28. So that's fine. I had 7 active evaluations. Now I have 6. A couple of them might blow up mid-trade. Who knows on a pullback next trade. But I'm gonna just continue forward. I've still got essentially 3 evaluations that are as if they're brand new. So that's really all I need to put some more PAs in the pipeline in the not too distant future. And it's a setback for the payout qualifying, but that's gonna happen sometimes. I think the other big thing for me is just it's disappointing. It sucks to lose, and especially to take 2 losses, have an O2 day, finish red, all this stuff, have a blown up account, be a step further away from a payout than closer. But really, I used to get so upset and mad and critical of myself and just hard on myself for taking losses, because it's again, why did I see it that way? Why was I reading it wrong? What did I do wrong? How can I get fooled like that? You put all this blame. I put all this blame on myself, and in this system, it's the system's fault. It's not my fault. I'm playing the edge of when I have a winning chart, I'm trying to just ride that wave, and the wave ended when I tried to jump on this time. So, it is a kind of freeing feeling trading this way, where I'm not mad. I'm disappointed, but I don't. There's no like self blame or criticism, or I'm not beating myself up. I'm not feeling some sort of way like that, where I'm going to go and have a really bad day right now because I feel terrible about what happened. I actually just feel like I got unlucky to a point, and I think I learned a lesson about. It's funny. I've talked to my brother about this engulfing entries. I've said it multiple times, like you can't trust them, and that's where they tend to lose. That's what I've seen in the time I've been trading the system and in my back testing. And today was a wake up call that I got, my 2 losses, I got caught twice taking that kind of entry. So I gotta just take it out of the playbook for now and say it doesn't work. It's not worth the risk when you've seen those be the entries that lose more often than not. So that's where I'm at. And I could jump over and trade other evaluations right now and whatever, but I have just a predefined rule that if I take 2 losses, I'm going to be done for the day. And especially because there were 2 losses in a row, and especially because I started the day, it was just like yesterday where I had a hard time finding a good chart. Like literally last week, I didn't even have the idea of looking at all these other charts. So like I wouldn't have even found like this chart, for instance, that I got my second loss on. I would have got my loss on my first chart and been like, okay, well, I don't have any good charts left. So I would have been done after 1 trade. So I actually have to now consider that, since it's 2 days in a row where adding additional charts has just not really helped me. I think my additional chart from yesterday was also where I took my loss. So, and I had limited back testing and trading that idea. So, literally just this past weekend was when I had the idea and started testing it. Had some success over the weekend, not having success in the live market this week. So I think that's it for me. 53 and 15 overall, 78%, still not bad. 1 and 3 for the week, 25%. That's pretty terrible. But I know with 3 days left this week, I can definitely go on a run, and that stat for the week can be very much turned around. And an 0 and 2 day, which is my worst day trading this system so far. So hopefully I won't be repeating that anytime soon. It was a good long stretch of 5 to 6 weeks before that happened. And hopefully it'll be even a longer stretch next time. So 71% discount, supposed to end today. Not sure what they'll do. You can use this code or any other. Like and subscribe if you're interested in following me on this journey. I'm showing it all. I'm showing my winning days. I'm showing my losing days. This was the losing day. And this is just what it's like to be trying to become successful at trading. And then as well as on a prop firm, you have the trailing drawdown to deal with. So that's the way it goes. I lost, what is it, 1,600 plus. 1,600? No. Okay, I lose 1,600. Well, 23,376. I started at 25. So yeah. So it looks like I lost even more than the 1,500 on this 25K account. But yeah, you got to deal with trailing drawdown on Apex accounts. It's just part of the game, and it's an extra wrinkle that you have to get past, and it's tough. And that's why I'm down to 1 contract on my PA accounts, because 1 loss, $270. You can see you multiply that, and you can really do some damage to your drawdown, especially on a 25K account where you only get 1,500. So, yeah, like and subscribe if watching someone struggle to find success is interesting to you. I still haven't had a payout yet, so that's I'm still on that mission. And otherwise, I'll be back at it tomorrow. Thanks for watching.